Don in London, hello. My daily recovery, all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My substance, alcohol, my behaviour equally addictive towards people, places and things, and manifested in work and relationships particularly. So these days I don't try and strive for perfection. I look at what might be the best outlook with an open, honest and willing attitude. And I share here from the Daily Reflections, and today is September the 10th, Daily Reflections book from AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. I never speak for AA, never can, never will, don't want to. AA is full of unique, authentic people who speak for themselves where they will. And I don't need to speak for them. I can't. I can only speak for me. So the Daily Reflection today, September the 10th, recovery by proxy. It says, the promises, will always materialize if we work for them. And the promise is being able to face reality in an open, honest and willing way, so we get better choices. Sometimes I think making these amends is going too far, and part of the promises is if we are changing our behaviour, part of that is making amends where we have done harm, and hopefully doing it without harming others. And if that were so, then we need to look at our behaviour on a daily basis. The promise is, if we behave consistently to the truth, inclusion and loving others, life will get better. Making these amends is going too far. No one should have to humble himself like that. In other words, accept and say, I'm truly sorry for what I did. My behaviour has nothing to do with another person's behaviour, just our own. So it's about keeping our side of the street clean. However, it is very humbling of myself. It is this very humbling of myself that brings me much closer to the sunlight of the spirit. And for me, the sunlight of the spiritual, the sunlight of the spirit is understanding reality now. What is spiritual? It's the ability to cope with reality. Just at my understanding so far, AA is the only hope I have if I am to continue healing and gain a life of happiness, friendship and harmony. Well, it proved to be the way forward for me. Alcoholics Anonymous, a fellowship of men and women who have a desire to stop drinking. That's the absolute primary purpose. And having stopped, we then learn with the 12 steps what will work and what won't work on a daily basis, and we learn from it, and we learn from others. So there are other ways to keep sober, and I must say, whatever works, work with it, because if it's working for you, you're sober, you're developing your emotional and spiritual well-being. Work it. So it works for me, and AA works for me. That's all I can share. And the Serenity Prayer, which helps me on a daily basis when things are good or when things are very difficult, it puts perspective and helps me respond rather than react. And the Serenity Prayer is to God all good conscience, as you come to understand. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference is, for me, just for today.